In last part, someone saved Chu Xiao. The young emperor Xiao Jie was there to save her. As they distanced from the battlefields, Xiao Jie's deep and calm voice could be heard. Chu Xiao did not want to cry, as she still felt rather confused, as though everything around her was merely a figment of her imagination, yet her tears fell beyond her control. The world felt vast and hollow as Chu Xiao leaned into Xiao Jie's embrace and fell asleep. She was exhausted. Looking on her face, Xiao Jie gazed down at her. She was so pale. He himself thought that he had gone crazy, thinking about what would have happened had he arrived even a single moment later. The wind blew upon them, and he took off his overcoat, wrapping Chu Xiao in his embrace. She appeared even so skinny and was curled up into a tiny ball, as though she were still a small child. Xiao Jie lifted his head and looked at the sky filled with snowflakes. He looked at the opposing army, emanating an intense bloodthirstiness, then gazed at the towering Longyin Pass. As he looked at the surroundings in front of him, his heart was filled with an anger that could not be suppressed. Xiao Jie carried Chu Xiao and said with a frosty voice, "Tell Prince Yang that I have taken her away. If he wants her back, I will be waiting for him in Tangjing." At that time, a middle-aged man covered with tattoos followed behind him. The man was the leader of the group of men that had jumped down from the snowy mountain peak to save Chu Xiao earlier on. Xiao Jie's countenance softened a little as he nodded towards the man and said, "My thanks to you." The tattooed man lowered his head and replied, "Our numbers are limited. If it was not for your majesty, General Chu would have been in critical danger." Xiao Jie replied, "Regardless, it was you who delivered help in time. I will remember this debt of gratitude and reply it in the future, should the opportunity arrive." The man said that he was only acting upon orders, and his master has already stopped the Yanbei troops and has arranged for reinforcements at each pass on Xiao Jie's way out. They will be the rear guard. Xiao Jie slowly nodded his head. With a deep look in his eyes, he spoke with a heavy tone. "Words cannot express my gratitude for the favor you have done. Take care." As he finished his words, he swiftly departed with the Tang army and the troops from the Xiuli army. Everyone wanted to know who was the master of the tattooed man, and Xiao Jie said that he now knew it. He turned towards the distant mountain ranges hidden beneath the white storm of the snow. With a tingle of uncertainty in his voice, he mused, "If it was just a suspicion previously, I am certain of it now." Xiao Jie let out a single smile as the gentle expression on his face let out a hint of vicissitude and calmness. He was thinking that you and you, I am not as good as you.
We can sit together.
You and you, I am not as good as you. He was certain that it would be you and you. Only he could do such thing.
In the great outdoors, forever free.
It was 3 days later when Xiao Jie took Chu Xiao onto a boat at Tangshui Pass. The sun had risen from beneath the horizon, covering the land below with its golden radiance. The sky was clear, no clouds could be seen for miles. Tangshui Pass was near to the southwest. The climate was warm.
From a distance you can tell.
Xiao Jie stood on the ship's stern, wearing a loose green robe. He had a devilish glint in his eyes as he appeared strikingly handsome.
In the great outdoors, forever
He looked up ever so slightly, staring at Chui Mountain, which stood in the distance. He vaguely made out the lonesome figure standing at the summit.
forever free.
The ships gradually disappeared into the distance, yet he still remained standing there for a long time after. His heart was silently calm. There was no sorrow nor exhaustion. The wind blew against his back wishfully. His shadow cast against the ground had a faint glow to it. The mountain was filled with the smell of dust mixed with fog as the wind swept across his face.
Sitting here,
His expression remained gentle, as though nothing had happened.
from up here,
That was the 29th day of the 9th month in the year 778. It was the season for chrysanthemum flowers to bloom in Tangjin.
you and
The wind whistled as it blew through the capital city, while the sun sprinkled golden light over the ground. The ships sailed towards the south, slowly making their way back towards that area of sweet extravagance. Autumn had passed. It was now winter. Only in the warm lands of Tang did the difference between autumn and winter not seem significant.
sometimes
The chrysanthemum flowers had fallen.
take a step back.
Chu Xia was dreaming about you and about our past 8 years of her life.
From a distance,
She was dreaming the last time with you, the icy lake. She was continuously seeing him on her dream.
you and me.
Thank you for staying with me, and we are excited to the appearance of you. Please like, comment and subscribe to support me. Thank you.